Everyone, welcome back to a new Taekook story. I couldn't stop thinking how war never get physical. How did this happen? How was she pregnant? How were they supposed to handle this? Taehyung's heart was beating so fast that he could barely hear his own voice. Taehyung, what did you say? His voice was shaky. He was praying his misheard her. Maybe she said something else. Maybe this was all a misunderstanding. But the way Era stood there, crying, shaking, looking, told him everything. Era, you heard me, I'm pregnant. Her voice cracked as fresh tears rolled down her face. Her eyes were filled with fear. Taehyung felt like his whole body, his whole world has stopped. Taehyung, how? We never get physical, right? Era quickly looked down her face, turning pale. Era, we never at first, but you did it when you were drunk last time. Alright, we didn't mean to. Taehyung. Her voice broke as she sobbed harder. Taehyung, we didn't mean to. Era, do you understand what's happening? We are going to become parents. This isn't some small mistake. This is a real life. What scared me more, I don't remember anything you are saying. Era, what do you think? I am lying to you? Come here to fight, Taehyung. I came here to tell you. You have to trust me. Taehyung sighed heavily, his hands shaking. His mind was messed, but looking at Era, at how lost and broken she looked, his heart softened. He pulled her into her, grabbing her arm in a tight hug. Taehyung, Era, listen to me. I love you. I know this is scary and it doesn't feel okay right now, but we will be okay, I promise. He kissed the top of her head, feeling her shiver in his arms. Era, how? We are 16, Taehyung. What are my parents going to say? Her voice was barely a whisper. Fear in it was deafening. She clung to him, sobbing into his chest. Taehyung didn't know the answer to that. He didn't know how they were supposed to handle this, but one thing was clear. He couldn't let her go through this alone. Taehyung, I don't know. I wouldn't lie to you. It's not going to be easy, but I do know one thing. Your parents love you. They will be disappointed, yeah, maybe even angry, but they wouldn't stop loving you. And no matter what happened, you have me. If they got too upset, you can stay here with me. Ira snapped and wiped her tears away, nodding. You will come with me when I tell them, Taehyung. Just text me when you want to do it. Era sighed, looking exhausted. Era, okay, thank you. She rested her head on his shoulder for a moment before looking up. Era, are you staying home tonight? I thought you had work. Taehyung let out a tired laugh. Taehyung, I was supposed to. My boss made someone else to do it instead. Thank God, Era. Good. He should have. You work 6 nights and go to college. That's insane. I don't know how you do it. She frowned at him, and for a moment her worry was only for him. Well, it's not like I have a choice. He gave her a small smile, trying to lighten her. Taehyung, so are you staying for dinner? Era, yeah, why not? What are you making? Taehyung, spaghetti. That's okay. Era, sounds good. I will text my parents and let them know I'm staying. Taehyung nodded before heading to the small kitchen in the apartment. It wasn't much, but just a tiny one-bedroom space that he was barely managing to keep. Social services paid his rent for now, but he knew that the moment he turned 17, he was on his own. He tried not to think about that, not now, cooking than usual. His mind was too full of thoughts. He was supposed to provide for a child when he could barely himself. By the time dinner was ready, he still didn't have an answer. They ate quietly. At first, both looked lost in thought. Era high college. She finally broke the silence, watching him closely. The moment she mentioned his writing course, Taehyung's eyes light up. Taehyung, it's amazing, exactly what I hoped for. It's hard though. Balancing work and college is already tough. I don't know how I will manage once baby. Era, we will figure it out together. I can take care of the baby. You work, Taehyung. I asked my manager about shift, but I don't think he will do anything. Era, he like you can work more than you already do. And the sixth form. Era sighed, poking his at her spaghetti. Honestly, I regret staying in school. I thought it would be fun to be with my old friends, but most of them neither left for college or teached me. Then I wouldn't say I told you so, but Era rolled her eyes. Era, Taehyung, are you sure you want this baby? Taehyung smiled faded. Taehyung, of course I do. Do you? Era bite her lips. Era, it's a huge responsibility. We are not ready. There are other options or adoption. Taehyung felt like he had been punched. Chest, Taehyung, no. His voice was sharp. Taehyung, I wouldn't let my child go through what I did. Adoption isn't a guarantee, and I wouldn't just give them away. And no, I can't. This baby is mine too. Era sighed. Era, I was just struggling. Taehyung, don't even ask. See it. Era fell silent, looking away for a long pause. She mumbled, I think I will let my parents tomorrow. Era, yeah, they will find out eventually. Taehyung, did you wait to tell them? Era, I found out last, but you were already stressed. I didn't want to add to it. Taehyung sighed. Taehyung, you should have told me sooner, but I get it. After dinner, they curled up under a blanket watching a movie that neither of them really paid attention to. They were kept talking, holding each other like it was the only thing keeping them sane. For now it was, but soon reality would come knocking. And neither of them was ready. Then probably one had found 4 hours of that night, tossing and turning for hours on end, the fear of an uncertain future hanging over his head was nothing new to them this time. It was worse than usual. He knew it wasn't just his life that would change. Taehyung had just made his coffee when he heard his ringtone. Still half asleep, he didn't bother checking the caller ID and accepted the call. Taehyung, hello? He questioned, his eyes heavy. Scarlett, hey, you didn't came over yesterday. Was filled the room. Taehyung, I know. Era came over and she told something. He drank his coffee in one go, still not feeling Scarlett. What did she say? Taehyung, can you come over? It's easier to explain face to face. Scarlett, sure. I will be there in 20. Taehyung, okay, see you. He hung up and took his coffee cup in the sink before cooking some eggs and bacon and putting bread in the toaster. Although it was was closer to the lunch. Taehyung couldn't be bothered to cook. Taehyung was halfway through. Taehyung haven't even been here 2 minutes. You are already reading my fridge, he commented at his best friend Scarlett. Whatever. She rolled her eyes and slipped into the seat opposite. Taehyung, trouble is paradise. Taehyung, no, well, I don't know. Ye came over last night. She told me she is pregnant. Scarlett. She is what? Oh, I thought you both never did it. That's what you told me. Her eyes were in shock. That's the reality. Come out last night. It came out last night. I said I was drunk, and when we did it, Scarlett, how do you do it? Hang on a minute. I'm going to be father. Yes, my girlfriend is pregnant with my child. Well done. He rolled his eyes jokingly and burst out laughing when Scarlett hit his shoulder. Scarlett, shut up. Then Taehyung told her what Era was saying about the baby. Scarlett son, how could she say this with a straight face? How dare she suggest that after everything you have been through, she had the never to say that thing exactly. Then stood up and put his empty plate in the sink, trying to form his plan for the day in his head. He knew Era wanted him to be with her, needed to clean his apartment and go for shopping. He didn't had a call for his boss asking him to come in, but he didn't doubt the older man would when it got busy later at the night. Alongside all of that, he had to find time to finish his essay that was due in 2 days. So, what's your plan for today? He asked, hoping to get Scarlett to help him with his chores. Scarlett, nothing. Everyone is busy. Are you all? Thanks, sure, but you have to help me with Scarlett. I thought you have a paper to finish and probably work tonight. I know I have a shift too. I have to finish it by Monday. Scarlett, have you never finished it? She asked, going into Taehyung's cupboard and getting out the cleaning supplies. She spread the counter and began wiping them down. Scarlett, I will do the cleaning. You focus on the essay. She smiled and pushed Taehyung slightly towards his room. Taehyung, all right, I'm going. He held up his hand in fake surrender. Thanks, Scarlett, anytime. She smiled at. It was 3 p.m. by the time Taehyung had finished. Smiled at the time. Just 4 hours. Taehyung was his personal best. Scarlett had finished the cleaning, just set another load of laundry. Thanks, Scar, he mumbled, rubbing his eyes. Scarlett, you would do it for me. You would have been on for hours doing all that. You have enough to worry about them. I know. He sat down after Scarlett declined his offer to take over the ironing. Then why? What would I do without you? He snapped. Scarlett, I know you would be dead. They were horrible anyway, just that we weren't placed together again. Scarlett, I know. At this point, the ironing life forgotten as Scarlett stayed lost in her memory. Scarlett, you got lucky, though I was sure neither of us would get adopted. So was I. You know, we are welcome anytime, right? My Parents would love to see you again, Scarlett. I might take you up on that offer on Monday. I have nothing to do, Annie. Are you hungry, Taehyung? I could eat. He began walking towards the kitchen. Scarlett, what are you making? She hurried to the den, not wanting to leave Taehyung with it. Taehyung, nothing. By the looks of things, I have nothing. And he mumbled, he just loud enough for Scarlett to hear. So, okay, why don't you go out? Taehyung took his phone from his pocket, checked the bank account after paying his bills, buying new clothes, doing the week food shopping, and placing $50 in saving. He was left with $100. Then I have $100. I don't know if I want to spend it. Scarlett, don't be stupid. I will pay, idiot. She smirked him. Okay, I will get my jacket. He walked towards the bedroom. Scarlett wasn't kidding when she said she was going to pay. The restaurant began only 15 minutes away from the foot on. Taking a taxi, their meal only lasted an hour. With unsure when Era would build up and the nurse to tell her parents. Scarlett's parents had also called her, asking her to pick up her from a friend's house. 3 months has passed since they found out Era was pregnant. Both teens were certain about keeping their child. Taehyung was halfway through his 10-hour shift of Jeon's dinner. It was Taehyung, take this to table 2. His co-worker Taehyung nodded, sending him away. Tired smile before a plate of food. He made his way towards the table in the sector. Each server had their own sector during their shift, which changed every day. As he approached the table, his eyes landed on a familiar sight, a family of 4 dining together. It was nothing unusual. Families often went out to eat around 6 p.m., but that didn't stop the dull edge in Taehyung's chest. He had spent years telling himself that family was overrated, yet pushing those thoughts aside, he approached and forced a pleasant smile. Okay, Taehyung began, getting the family's attention. I have cheeseburger and chips. Me, the younger boy at the table, spoke up. Taehyung placed the plate in front of him before continuing with the rest of the order. The task required another trip to the kitchen, but once each family member had their food, just as he was about to leave, the older of the 2 teen-age boys at the table spoke up. Can I have a refill of Coke, please? The blonde hair, of course, Taehyung responded, taking the glass, and on his empty tray, a woman whom Taehyung emerged mother then asked, do you know where the bathroom is? Just go towards the back and upstairs, Taehyung supplied before heading back to the kitchen. As he returned with the refilled Coke, he couldn't help but overhear the conversation between the 2 brothers. The older one, and the same blonde teen who had asked for the refill, was speaking. Taehyung placed the drink down and I can see that. Don't worry about it. The Jungkook reassured with a smile. Taehyung returned the smile before walking away and delivered his next. Checking the clock, he noted it was already 6:30 p.m. After starting his shift at 11 a.m., he was more than ready to go home. As he made his way towards the office to clock out, the boss stopped him. Where are you going, Taehyung? I didn't say you could go on your break. Dong questioned, glaring. Taehyung sighed, already used to his boss trying to squeeze extra hours out of him. Taehyung, I'm going home. My shift is over. Dong frowned. Look, Taehyung, it's busy. I am one of my best workers. Can you stay for another? It's only going to get busier. Frustration fluttered in Taehyung's chest. I have already worked more hours than I should. This job is supposed to be part-time, yet you have me worked full-time hours, sometimes 5 days a week. If I am not at college, I am here. You are breaking the law by keeping me any longer. Dong sighed. I know, Taehyung. I am trying to hire more staff, but I need you to stay an extra hour. Then you can go home. Can you do that for me? Taehyung shook his head firmly. No. Promised months ago that you would change hours and you still haven't. I refuse to stay. You know it's busy, but I can't do this anymore. I am going home. You can call someone else in to take my shift. Not waiting for his response, he clocked out, grabbing his things from his locker and left the building. To be continued. And what do you think about this story? Do you think Era is saying the truth, or is she lying about Taehyung getting physical with her while he was drunk? Okay, comment it down whatever you feel about it. I'll see you again in the next episode. Till then, take care, safe, love you, bye bye.